Good day, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerians. You are welcome to this next edition of the program, My Thoughts. This is a very unique program where we share ideas on latest development and happenings in our polity. For today, we're discussing the rising cases of public officials, civil servants, politicians sending their children to foreign schools abroad. It is no longer news that the children of the vice president, president, deputy speakers, deputy senate president, governors, top civil servants are all in public schools, are all in schools abroad, which shows that they have killed our educational system, taken our money, so that they can now empower their children to get the best education abroad. This is a big disservice to our fatherland. Our country is suffering, our people are suffering because of lack of education, because the greatness of any nation depends on the quality of education you give to the successor generation, which are the young people of this country. So the youth of this country are basically denied of the opportunity to get the best of education, and that keeps them perpetually underutilized as a people. So what we are saying today is the only way we can transform our educational system will be to make some certain legislations, certain laws that will stop all these people sending their children abroad. Because if their children school here, they will be committed, they will be motivated to make sure that they send their children, they make sure that the educational system is revamped, is improved, is in line with global best practices, and the children are able to get the best so that they can lead the next generation of our nation. So it's really serious, because sometimes you wonder, why will a government allow the ASU strike to linger that long? Why will a government allow these teachers to be on strike for that long? You'll be wondering, what is the reason? But it is now crystal clear that the single motivation, the real reason why they can do that and sleep without feeling anything, is because their own children is not affected by all the strikes they have caused to other people in the country. So we must do what is necessary. First, among the things we should do as a people is to call on our public servants, all the civil servants, directors, assistant directors, and anybody in the public service. You must not send your children abroad. You must work with your mates as fellow technocrats, as civil servants, to make sure that you do the right thing so that we can get the best type of education in the country. Once that legislation is done, it will help change a lot of mindset, and the people will do better. Secondly, political office holders, our politicians, we must make our laws so that our politicians will not be able to send their children abroad. If the moment you're in a public office, if your child is schooling abroad, all of them must be returned back before you assume office. Yes, let's assume you have won an election today, and you are going to take your oath of office in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They must be made to come back to Nigeria to face the reality of what is happening. It is crystal clear that we as a people must do what is right. If they cannot bring their children back, then they should remain, then they should not be sworn in. They shouldn't serve us when they do not have faith in our own educational system. They should bring their children to school in Nigeria, and that way they will educate, they will make sure our educational system is working, and all Nigerians are getting value for their money and their service. It shouldn't be even restricted to education, actually. It should be expanded to health care. So if your children are sick, if your families are sick, they should also be treated here. That way, they will put money in the right places and fix it. And fix our healthcare system, fix all the basic infrastructures that we need. So we must begin to think. I think Nigerians, we are talking enough. We talk and talk and talk. This is the time for us to organize ourselves and do what is right. These politicians will not do it without a fight. So don't think anything will come easy. We need to organize ourselves, galvanize ourselves, and move to them and let them know that this law is a law that is important because it's about our future. As I said before, the success and greatness of any nation depends on the quality of leadership, of the education given to the successor generation. So if that quality is wrong, then your people will be in a mess. So for goodness sake, look at China today. When they got the education right, they changed the system. Look at Dubai. Look at Singapore. Look places where they want to develop. Their education is their bedrock. It's their basis for that development. So we cannot. We're celebrating even the vice president. I was even amazed. The vice president sending his own children abroad. President Buhari sent his own children abroad. The former Senate President Saraki sent his children abroad. I'm telling you, there is hardly one of these politicians who asks his God, who have the money, that will not send their children abroad because they know what they're doing. They kill our educational system, siphon all the money, and now put me and you in a situation where we cannot compete globally, but get their children ready, prepare them for global competition, bring them back to lord over us. Which system allows that? It doesn't work like that. So today is a call to all Nigerians. Enough of the lackadaisical attitude, thinking that somebody somewhere will come and help you fix your country. That is stupidity. Nobody. God even will not do it. God has given me and you brains to think, hands to work, leg to do things. My brother, it is time for us to come out, defend our nation, work, and make sure that we have a country that we can be proud to call our own. So that is the message for today. As simple as that, but it's a golden call. Don't fold your hands. Don't think it's the responsibility of the next person. As you're listening to me, know that you are that next person. You were not born to Nigeria for mistake, as a mistake for any reason. You were born here because God has planted in you a potential to contribute to bring out the greatness of this country. We should not even be contemplating about any division in this country as at now. Nigeria can work and everybody will be comfortable. Let us put our resources together, put our hands together, and make Nigeria work. As I said before, my thoughts will be coming to you regularly on a daily basis. Come on this station, BNTV, and you will get a clue of what is happening and how we feel it should be better handled. Till we meet again next time, BNTV is your choice to be.